hours. Usually, actually, the average consumption of a phone is 3 hours. First time, if you know, umuntu kushangalia simu work computing the whole day yamara accumulating ne wasakoze like 3 hours. Now
Depends on what they do on a daily.
yeah. So now
Abantu to students here desire si batakozere the whole day.
I think they expect a student otaza campus kushanga na affording a data consistent.
Not really, but of late.
So now I'm telling you,
Free data.
so, yeah, let them be there. But that's around them in Kumisha too. Kumitana in the smartphone murimba. Now, waza ahari amutwaro gumwe nish in Kumisha too. They have the katochis. I'm giving you a now. Radio, why radio is big? Radio, you just need a man. Watch it out. Radio, you don't need. I'm trying to be realistic. You would find aquafina, you would find the Pepsi everywhere. Pepsi. I'm pushing the brand genuinely, but abataka cheria antonde Coca-Cola yagaruka mu mabara, Rwenzori yagaruka mu mabara, Westerek yagaruka. So atabemba mukunda, what are they doing? And if they think I'm lying, what in his absence, that's partially watching. So naba kansala mu byabe na rase tasisima indevisioni wa agenda ikibenchi muriza kansa be na matrice every time Davidson is in Mbarara abarashua dingu naza kurya sapa nungi naza kuzombara tristafune tipu yecheta yamutero rusheke standard nkamukaka sawo kansara nkamangu technique yorusheke kachenga akeshebesa Davidson echenku na mantato yameze 15 atekwa kumwiba musenze nungi. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, kansara wawe na promoting na product ye na kaya kwa fina nugara abaine ba followers be bache bana babiri bashatu batemba basa kureba nguki nguna kango
he had his influence ncho cyakuba yamure.
So now kansara wabe na chukura aha level ye amuyambira batabana nshaba if they think I'm lying what in his absence that's partially watching. So naba kansara mu byabe na rase tasisima indevisioni wa agenda ikibenchi muriza kansa be na matrice every time Davidson is in Mbarara abarashua dingu naza kurya sapa nungi naza kuzombara tristafune tipu yecheta yamutero rusheke standard nkamukaka sawo kansara nkamangu technique yorusheke kachenga akeshebesa Davidson echenku 15 na mantato yameze 15 atekwa kumwiba musenze nungi. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, kansara wawe na promoting na product ye na kaya kwa fina nugara abaine ba followers be bache bana babiri bashatu batemba basa kureba nguki nguna kango
he had his influence ncho cyakuba yamure.
So now kansara wabe na chukura aha level ye amuyambira batabana.
Alright, it's Ankole Media TV. I'm a sober Sparks and one savage on it. Yes sir, it's been a while. Mazarakire takuza seti, but thank God I'm back. And that's not the topic today. Most recently, Nation Media Group, Neinga, that is like a roof that accommodates a series of mass media houses. We are raising a statement about the redundance of 600 workers, and it left most of us mouths open. Are these smartphones taking over the scene? And this being a big issue to bisect, I could not ride solo. That's why the blogger, media personality, and most of it all, a Subaru owner, Mohamedan MVP is here. Don't talk about NKORE Media.
Na shemerego kunyeta akwe kirunjo cyo kunyetera kuko hano itage ibintu biri mu expert opinion oronda MVP, and it gives me motivation. Issues zo kuburabura babutwara nka kansaramoni kongebe kwetaga expert opinion around MVP, which is good for the industry. Yeah.
So MVP kokuna gambira most recently inshonga ya Nation Media Group bewajirebero ninga si aba Nation Group NTV Spark TV Dembe FM, and it's been a while abirahara barakire kache bamazere announcing the closure ya Dembe FM, and before we knew it 600 workers were declared redundant. So ekichande tachibuzo esimu zigenda is taking over scene ninga shi the way we consume information ninga shi is there no longer a room for traditional means of information ziliyo substituting ninga shi zichine any room in our digital era.
First of all, I'm giving this opinion not on behalf of nation media, but I'm giving an overview of how the media is operating world over. There are so many dynamic changes. All media platforms, actually, it is very difficult when COVID, how things are consumed, how things are done. Even different companies, and media, COVID had an effect on them. Hinawa basize kusrivinga, hinawa basize kukwa, hinawa tarimukire, and those who are still struggling to make ends meet on media platforms. So I'm not a spokesperson for nation media. Though nation media can at some point, distancing off that statement, were claiming it was fake news. But however, so many media platforms, people are leaving, and those who are lucky are staying. But the working conditions are changing in relation to how you deliver your work. You must be a multitasker. Kurangu wa company ejo. Because if your dream is to work in a media house, you must be a multitasker. You don't need to do more of maybe you're a presenter alone. No, you must be able to do so many other responsibilities. Keeping your job safe. So not everyone is safe for NKORE Media, but the hope is that new media has opportunities through vlogging, through blogging. You can earn a living while we're consistent with those platforms. But however, from your statement, actually social media or smartphones are supplementing traditional media. They are not any threat to them. They are, however, supplementing because at work they are a threat. There's no way they are a threat. That's why now it's mandatory for every media platform. Social media, you find a company A with a Facebook page, with a Twitter page, with a TikTok account, so that fans can easily interact with the brand. There's no way social media or smartphones are killing traditional media. They are, however, that's why world media personality out there. It's what I usually preach wherever I go. I tell them, if you're a media personality, if you're a presenter, grow your social media accounts.
Personal.
Besides your, because people no longer consume you at the time you are on radio or you're on TV. They need to consume you 24 hours. What are you posting on your social handles? Can you drive people from your social handles to your own air performance? Yeah, TV and area radio. So basically, that's what it means by having an active social media account that can supplement. Even now, recruiters, those who are looking for presenters or for people to work for them, they look at numbers. What numbers do you command? Yes. How many people are following you? Because that new work jangu wakumbuzo tininyenda presenter atunga kutwara MVP na kugira ngo I have emitware ne kumfollowinga Facebook emitware. That's capital, because emitware na I will use it to influence for your product. You want to aranguchi onkoro wachireba. So you word presenter jangu yono ikakasomira. That's why I'm told there's a new radio opening in Baotao.
We shall talk about that.
It will almost stop presenters, but on our Twitter there's only one person who level of value, because he has a number he commands on social media. And they are traditional, but they don't command any measurable following. You muntu akora sekintu measurable.
Yabe tura how programs ezibakora, shows ezibakora naho bakumanyirwa after the show off air tina rukubamanya.
Even there should be interactivity around your brand. If you did a post and say MVP know a story, what people are going to react? Bakaja indeed know a story, narrative a story. Watch it in a negative or positive way. How many people are going to react? That's what it means by having a following. You get it? Whether people are negative or you, whether positive or you, but can they engage you around your brand? That's what has to in business. Yeah, this generation.
So, besides that, the biggest worry right now area like the consumption of information, because batakashomere back then back then batakashomere mahurira TV ninga radio ko batakagamanyire. But today bakushoma mahurire TV ninga shi whatever nichaka kwachinga mahurire munonga kana ushaka ngo 80% ya mahurira go bantu basoma na nagatunjire hasoma.
Yeah.
Is that not a threat to some programs ninga shi some in some fields za TV ninga shi za radio?
That's to a small extent. Why? Because now traditional media still maintains the issue of believability. What happens on social media, people may take it as hearsay. There's tuned to
doubt.
Yeah, doubt. There's still a lot of doubt. There's still a lot of fake news online. And even there was a research in the US. One in 5 people, they get their news off radio. They believe as much as they are on social media, but they believe in local news. They get on they get on radios. They get on TV, or they are most probably on radio. They get on radio. Yes, on social media things can trend. People can talk about it. Someone would need an expert analysis now. Because now, yes, social media, the fact is that it sets the pace. It says if I break the news now, Radio A will pick it up and maybe get an expert to give an explanation, or they
detail things.
Yeah, they will go for details. They will get an expert to discuss. They will assign a reporter a responsibility to go and get those news stories. So social media will consider it to be a trigger, but
they
will break the news. Then the professional media or the traditional media will identify the person who is responsible for that. Maybe they will send the reporter to do more coverage. Maybe they will bring an expert to share an opinion on that. But relying more on social media as your medium of consuming, you get a lot of misinformation, which could be bad for you. There was also research. There was high listenership of radio listeners in the US in Nimwakachi. Compared to other years, was it in 2022?
Radios
in the US.
Radios or podcasts?
Radios. Yes, podcasts are there, but remember podcasts are limited. You can like a podcast, you stream.
They are streamed via Spotify and stuff, so that you need.
But for continuity purpose, you may need that. That's why radios are still in business. Actually, that's why radios and some media platforms are still in business. So I told you the issue is about believability and trust, because of looking at people they call influencers to position their products in the market. But usually when they make their reports, they realize they've not achieved the desired sales. Yes, you may position, because someone on Twitter has a mitwaro, gumene chweka, you are mukose kwa influencing your product, but it rising. Though I'm following some product, is it Rock Bomb in a campaign, and it's pushing it off social media. Later I'm going to study it and see what have they achieved at the end of it all. Because me as a media expert, I'm so interested in looking at those dynamics. Maybe how has Rock Bomb done it, and see how best to also pinch my things. But however, usually it doesn't give results, because the last products that I've tried to use social media to position their things, they don't usually get the gist they want. Even it depends on the person who is positioning it. You're in position of influence. Usange wakatinga budgets za organization A, because I'm a Twitter fanatic or a Facebook fanatic, let me get boys who are going to influence the campaign on social media. By the end of the day, usange utakora ikintu kitarugamu wakireba. But someone who is actually abantu ba millennials, the millennials, because they are born around the transition of traditional media to the coming in of new media, social media. So those are the people who can be in good management position to easily differentiate. But after the millennials, it's very hard kumutebeza ngo you can run a campaign on radio or TV kode when anatejizango because his life rotates around social media never such impact.
Something about influence. No tekateka ngo radio ne singa social media influence because apparently social media tukora hano video then tujitekayo emare myaka ebiri then je myaka ebiri ushange iyo views emitwara abiri plus ushange je emitwara abiri some person who kwenda that information na basaguma na consuming again and again and again, and contrary to radio and TV because even you have a program that they are timely. If you need this kind of information you watch it for once and it will be gone.
Yeah, no,
it
depends on what you are capturing. Now if you're doing an interview on a concert near the following day, watch it. Maybe someone who listen to it, who will watch it in 3 or 4 years to come would want to know the history about the concert. So there it can't resonate well with me. But however,
what I'm trying to mean, let's not go away. Like TV Western ineta amahoro egateka a TV. Then bagateka YouTube. Usangangwa YouTube agachenjure gaba watched by more than 23k people. Does that mean hina nonda kunjira ngaba ntemetware ibintu bali ba TV Western as a TV? The more consumption
that's why I told you a media platform must be supplemented by social media. That's why every media platform must be on social media. However, what I'm telling you right now, radio is still the biggest consumed platform. Sure. Whether in the US, I'm using the US because it's a big market. New civilization, you are then that's what I'm saying. Even here in Uganda, even in Bara, radio is still, I'm going to give you reasons later, radio is still the most consumed platform. Then TVs garukao, then newspapers, then
newspapers.
First wait, I'm giving you a submission. I'm going to give you a submission. Now, let's look at this. Now, in Uganda, the current because now if you're talking about social media, you're going to bring in the issue of smartphones right now. Uganda right now has 12 million smartphone users. 12 million.
As per whose research? Because
no, I know you're going to go back and research. Me, I'm giving you facts. Uganda has 12 million smartphone users. 12 million. Okay. Now, go to the population now. Population in Uganda is around 45 million people.
Beyond that, even we're almost like close to 52, because the last year we had the census was 48.
So let me say around, for me, let me sum it up at 45. Let me sum it up at 45. Now, Mbara as a state, population ni abantu 19. Abantu emitwaro gumwe na kenda. So katujibarira emitwaro ebiri. Now, the new population in Mbara as a city. Now, how many people have smartphones now? If you say emitware new population is Mbara, so let's assume isimu inwe abantu 15. Wachireba? 15. Now, abantu 15, there are people like 13 consistently. Data consistently, because now no wasako in a smartphone, but you go online like once in a week or in the Freaky Friday. Watch, I'm giving you a scenario.
Wi-Fi, internet.
No, that's what I'm telling you. Not everyone who has a smartphone has data. Watch now. Oshanga ngu yoso mwana asakuzo once afuna Freak Friday ajitekaho unizo oshanga ajizaho for a few hours. Usually actually the average consumption of a phone is 3 hours. First time if you know omuntu kushangalia simu work computing the whole day yamara accumulating ne basakoze like 3 hours. Now
Depends on what they do on a daily.
yeah. So now
Abantu to students here desire si batakozere
I think
the whole day.
I think they expect a student otaza campus kushanga na affording a data consistent.
Not really, but of late.
So now I'm telling you.
Free data.
So, yeah, let them be there. But that's around them in Kumisha too. Kumitana in the smartphone murimba. Now, waza ahari amutwaro gumwe nish in Kumisha too. They have the katochis. I'm giving you a now. Radio, why radio is big? Radio, you just need Amanda. Watch it out. Radio, you don't need. It's how much is a radio? Ankumi amutwaro na sakufuna ka radio. Watch it about consuming information. So, it's chintu cyo kugira ngo because you have a smartphone. You have a smartphone, but I don't use it so much. I write more news. If I need news, I may listen to radio. I may watch TV in the evening for clarity on some things. So what I can tell you, the assurance I can give you, new media, your social media yanyu, it can only supplement. It can only supplement. That's why as a radio station, as a TV station, wherever you are, as a newspaper, wherever you are, you must incorporate it in your targets for your employees, for it to help. Otherwise, I can have a following or shangine. Hati in radio stations doesn't choose followers. Watch it.
What's the other?
Watch it. So, now, then when you go back to now, let's go to like. Let me give you a scenario. Let's go to like to Rwampara district. You need around 20 people to get one with a smartphone, right? In Rwampara, I'm saying in the Rwampara district. Rugumu CBD Ambara, Rugumu Rimbara district, or go to Sinjiro. You may need 1 in 15 people to have a smartphone. Watch it. Rugabo kureba mu town, atu rugumu town.
Instrument ahora abantu bangi ahora dano kwa kona atera abantu bangi.
No, I'm trying to be realistic. Watch it. But when you go in town, it's like 1 in 2. At the garage we are here at the garage. You buzana waza kushanga abantu batanu no mine ka smartphone. Na no abantu batanu babira bine smartphone, but omwe naza kuba data naza like maybe omwazo ataka aruko. Even data is becoming expensive.
Consumption is getting
You was kushanga hati like
by the way, the other day kareba bebe kuru na is it Azawi?
Depreciation ya data high. So to wakushanga waza kushanga nka omuntu nataka arukumi aza TikTok omurashikemeni kakahwire because Facebook is blocked in Uganda. So abagezi tubakuza tweet. Abagezi nibo bari ya tweet. Abandi abikubara immediate naza TikTok kuri video urukumi ni twada chikazinga kuba rwahwiro. So kandi kindi now let's go back to the issue of households. Households. Watch it. Go to how many homes? How many homes can you go to? Oshanga, yes, they may have smartphones, but Oshanga go in a TV. But maybe I'm sure once.
I understand because most of the people have a smartphone, auction message WhatsApp, even messenger, it's used on a personal basis. Most of them are not too more into social media.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So twine kumanya ngo sebuna gama twine mtware ebiro munemba let's assume munemba mtware ebiri pana imitware ebiri because it wetu yo mitwaro gumwe na kenda let's assume turi mitware ebiro munemba. So there's no you can that's an attendance of Kacheka Stadium yechini hiro the whole of Mbara steka nukuzam achireba. So that's what I'm saying. So washanga ngo you have a big following as a personality, as a media personality. Your radio can be number 1. Wachireba, you can influence change.
Let's sum it up then.
So basically reaching kureba nti argument here to some extent depends on the background. But if you're so technical and you want to go into details, wachireba, but wachanga the fanatic wa aronka kabagiga we kakureba ngo is passionate about Twitter na young business yero anigira Twitter, but washanga umuntu ari ali flexible na different platforms na jata radio can disseminate my information better because coverage na rich in information compared to social media, because that one I say if you're doing a campaign of immunization okujema abana, are you going to do it on Twitter?
Apparently it's Twitter na it might not be Twitter specifically. Sakusanga you were no chaga spending most of your time on Twitter ingashondija Facebook, but hati ya social media is becoming more considered than mainstream media.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving a scenario. If you want to do a campaign on immunization, would you do it?
I will use both.
I
will use both.
Now why aren't you so using social media if it's a leader?
Of course social media unaijonesha buri yomwe, but unaijonesha a few people are very influential. Let's say Twitter has its guys there. Facebook has its guys. TikTok the same.
By the time you're talking about immunization, me who's on Twitter already know. I can read the press release and understand it. But I believe someone in Kabare deep down there will need a presenter on radio. And you need to know that like 60 or 70% of the populace is still green, ignorant.
Niceness.
So by the time you want to thrive using social media, you'll be different. Unless one okamankaza maybe in Kampala CBD, yes, social media can compete favorably with traditional media because access to information, access to some things all at the same level, but still that's why TVs like NTV, NBS, look at the work, they are still in business. Watch it, if you feel like so I think was actually yes, new media or Twitter or Facebook, they can only supplement traditional or mainstream media. They call it mainstream media. When I'm watching Chakor.
So as per Dan MVP ajirangu it's not a threat. Some tizikaba threat at TV actually is still a big brand. So but nangana na inteko TV na nyoshanga focus ya man jitira ankai asum. Then you were talking about influencing. Of late we lost one of the people who are more about fueling amunonge chintu cha influencing omurumbara. That was the former Mbara Pep Scholar. Was it Pep Scholar or he was driving Aquafina alone? Mohamed Davidson. And are you one of the people who are now?
Davidson, me I knew Davidson. I helped him on something. Aromwesho ngozo abiramunyagire na kusama influence bamugaruza osente because ogomwesho ngozo tarakoze performance. That's how you got to know.
What's
Davidson? That's how I got to know. So Davidson, I didn't know him because I was helping him because I'm recommending to guy na za kuyamba ofunaka sente kawo. That's how I got to know Davidson. Davidson, he was also passionate and passionate about the industry. But however, he was dealing with the wrong people. But taking his weakness to their advantage. No muntu wako mfunamu, you must understand weakness yenichi omuhamwe cyo kwenda. He was a good guy, he was generous, but me personally I'm glad he went to Kampala.
Why so you wanted him to live here?
Because kuratwira munonga abenaza kwanga industry abatakwenda kureba omweshongozi wena nari omuntu ono bakweta influence. So this guy, the guys that were around him were vultures. Why are they vultures? Bemba mutayiminga ngunakundechi basetiga ebintu bitakora na sente wabiteka with the hope of money ongabyanga gukora. Actually it's one thing ekinamu recommend je kirkomera store yachifunamo wachirebe yafuna brand and product visibility ongebindi bemba mutomeze joro nkabura ngo akakwata sente ze yasteka omukivuro cha Rasta Charles unaza kuziya ageti yahusha. That's a loss to him. Izoro chap yagira na kansaramo nebizubu kansara bamusiba umusaya ya miliyoni ye yagishishura
kama akagishishura just wakagishishura personal ayokundiri that is his budget.
Shabe bambona abonesa biza aro DJ yamutomeza za tours za Western Uganda zona tina yayo bakaba yo murose zona. So minko muntu I'm happy he went to Kampala. He's going to meet the elite people in Kampala.
Are you not tarnishing the name of are you not turning down our industry?
No, I'm not turning it down.
We are not good enough to be we are not good enough to be supported.
Recently, kama zari kugenda, how would you find a coke product on my bar when he was around physically?
Azana ngo by the way ogomba yabaye no muri gamorkwe atabantu mbara no banyokuka no besungisa ruwenzo tabashinywa kwa fena kwa mazire kugenda abatakashena ryantonde by the.
I'm trying to be realistic. Kwa bila you would find Aquafina, you would find the Pepsi everywhere. Wajeba nani yarusania gwanye nteko Aquafina na nteko Pepsi. I'm pushing the brand genuinely. But abataka cheri yantonde Coca-Cola yagaruka mu mabara, Rwenzori yagaruka mu mabara, Western yagarukamu. So atabemba mukunda, what are they doing? And you nishaba if they think I'm lying. What in his absence, that's partially watching. So naba kansala mu nibyo na rasta sisima inde visoni wagenda ikibenchi muriza kansala na matrice every time Davidson is in Mbarara abarashua dingu naza kurya sapa nungi naza kuzombara trista fune tipu yecheta yamutero rusheke standard nkamukaka sawo kansala ngamangu technique yo rusheke kachenga akeshebesa Davidson 15 na mantato yameze 15 natekwa kumwiba musenze nungi. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, kansara wawe na promoting na product ye yana kaya kwa fina nubara abaine ba followers be bace bana babiri babashatu batemba basa kureba nguki nguna kango
he had his influence nicyo cyakuba yamure
manyise now kansara wabe nachukura aha level ye amuyambira batabandi abandi we kansara have no problem with him abe nakwata products turya set tunywa Pepsi tunywa Aquafina. He was doing the right job, but abandi bona they were not doing it on a genuine because maybe nabarabiye heavy yabo. So
uriya kwa be nagereza ra posting Aquafina
anyo chinkwenda bakona na bivuru uriya na mangu yakora kakosa to nikakuja abantu bashatu ashigamba na David asin ka track yona yo matakumangu nakureta abantu bashatu bamukoresa rose. So
abari over expectant ombantu
no busigaze nabwita bwa B bounce nubwa cyaro cha Davidson hatwambenyere kangu binamane mena kusheba Davidson bakwato bwana ba pushing ni ba B bounce watching banyereke ngo they can push the videos, they can push the audios abandi
n'ikindi basigarene banyamiza amizigo mushiza yese nabwo aragenzere but
echamizi nyonye that B bounce one B bounce manoha. I'm yet to discover a lot about them. Nyonyenda bakwate ba pushing music aba B bounce aba DJ ba MC na kansara munata bakwate small
ririze cyo mushiza yatandise
at least bamwereke ngo bamukolire, but other than that Davidson nyera take mbega identifying umuntu amuteke abanzi yakora research arebe MVP cyagama namazima. So he was a good guy, he was a generous guy, but the people used his weakness kwena ngo barabihe byabo kwena ngo just barabihe byo benriching byabo but not generation because is
keeping up with the plan.
Actually Davidson na yamba nabanyabe nabaranka bana ko bayamba buyamba but ruhanga chikozere kujangu yara kwa kugenda but kuragomera for so long he was going to hit the industry. Abenaza kuba abena kukicinga some point arengu this is serious exploitation.
Not my words, you know who said so.
The man himself.
Disclaimer, okay? And then narebo mukasheshe iwe wargo no buza bashaka concert ngo bakakoraganisa concert mu kwa kabiri rugogo ya Rage nguto kugireba. So what do you make of that? Nanye nimpera posters bakuba kugira ngo mu kwa kabiri Rage naza kuba rugogo. So should I ngumize mutegereze ninga byo bikahwa bisi?
And the person in the man go. He can do Mbarara as I know Mbarara, and then from the moment Kacheche broke the record, he still has a lot of thinking. Kudebangu ya outpit ya outshining that crowd. I'm told
what is the criterion? What is the criterion now? Because Kacheche he made history. So what is he going to do?
That's what I'm telling you. He needs a lot, which I don't think he has the money, but I don't think he can afford to do it.
Why? Now that he has the money, is it?
He has the money, but
is it to go beyond money?
It's all about money, to influence, to build talkability, to create stands, and also to need a team that will bring.
Stands wagara como stands ije zabe zabazi kazatutwara.
Yeah, so and I'm told he wants Kacheka. I tell people if you want Kacheka, Kacheka is available. It's available at a fee. He can go there with his family, him, and the day closes. But I don't think he can attract them to Arabidi or Nkumi Etano Kacheka. So
does that elevation here as the most hyped event?
It has proved it because Movitech Isayo, Yajiraman, I think Nkumi Shatu. There's a radio station that went there. Yafunaban to Vishatu. There is who else went there? So I think Radio West has proved that it's number one because of that. Because we want,
sure.
if you doubt, even there's other radio cruise over at Warasindi, Nanka, Las Vegas.
The aftermath of that course change.
So if you doubt Radio West being number one in Mbarara, is evidence number one for you to know that it commands a huge following. So for an artist like Reggie to go to Kacheka, let him go there.
But the man has influence.
No, let him go there. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking let him go there. Then he will dance to the music.
So we wait for the aftermath.
No, he can. That's what I'm saying. You can check. He's available to the public. You can go with your money or chifre. Uzane n'abantu take muza bouncing castles muzane n'abantu. So when we are na horana ekakasa na waziyo. Abantu babaranza kuzana mu mpira. We can organize a football match to kuzaniremo. Wajireba atisa abantu ba.
So that was done MVP. We can put your arm to the people.
Yeah. Anthony Basima, thanks for supporting our industry and thanks for supporting the song Forever. Reggie Megaton, it's a big song. Don't get me Megaton. Inside time he gets another song because Chiribachi Mutwireho. You know, by the time Forever came out, Reggie was still pushing over me. Then actually credit goes to Rain. Rain, we are promoting that verse a bendera. Chinchava viral region. We are Rugabo me. Yazar Forever. He was supposed to release the song, I think, on 15th Feb. From my drones, Ninja Reba boys hyper Yahiguru, Yarango changes
boys, boys.
So boys now is slow, they coming up though Forever is still top of
mind. Is he waiting for it to graph Yagar?
It can be though, yeah, they have another interview with Mr. Henry, maybe to create some talkability.
Atobuzoborohomanya atombarana yibirinka kampara no tugeze cyo ngube cyasumude yecawe kiba cyasuma kitakashumere hije kindi kitemba.
That's why he needs to mushaba if had the influence talk to him. Now this thing Mr. Henry Kera showed that something deep talk. He needs to get influence and already has the fanatics who are on Twitter. They can get a different course from the interviews, training out social media for building a momentum for the next project. But if he doesn't want to cough the money, maybe think but what I can say now, our boys is doing well. I believe in the next few months, if it's not uninterrupted, it will be the big song in the region. But however, I appreciate everyone in your industry. Okunangona promoting music Western Uganda, whether you're a Reggie fan, you're a Tipo fan, you're a Martin fan, you're Jose fan. Actually, Jose is making a comeback. His new song is doing well.
About Martin and how Mugambo can tell you more.
Not much about him, so I think he's there.
Now, what happened to this guy?
Who?
Martin.
I don't know. This is on the Scam and Go.
Okay.
This is on Scam and Go. This is Christmas in Asia, those are East. So I don't know. So Penny Patra na band. Please worry yoko pushing music Western Uganda big up wano jukuriza library wano jitambriza fresh wano blogging wano vlogging whatever you're doing to la music to Western Uganda, keep doing it. At the end of the day, we need to create employment for our guys.
Debre bataba no wabate ko comedy store wabatera ho muri.
Kata Vibes and La Wine, of course, that's the biggest duo now in the market.
Is it bajiro mu comedy store because they are big or just your influence kujangu obatire mu push bahikayo?
No, you take every opportunity as it comes. Kata Vibes and La Wine, they have a management. It's called the New Era Management. boss wabo mamweta Mr. Obed ari Kampala okwe. I'm just an influencer to them, and of course bafuna prize. It's just like I influence for any other artist. It's like how I influence for any other artist. So the opportunity came. Alex Mahanja twina followinga yeah, whether through me or through any other person. Let me tell you, you can see someone from someone or okuno muntu kunde craft. So Mahanja ajata obunyine the band. They are the people who have the physique, who have the look, who have the music that can match the stage of the band. Because I review in music, the band appeals to a more international audience. It's high time we are at Abakata vibes and La Wine. Those ones I will invite them in Kababe Bekuru Baka million, and Aban Bokubeta Gown, but Abakata vibes and La Wine is shooting at the international audience every area the band. Then when I need a very good performance, and I believe in the management, they see it as a plus to their promotion.
Talking about the management, the other day, Karan, you wrote something about Jojo Bana was selected to release a video back then. And then to years releasing, and then there was a statement that you put on social media about what?
Now, actually, I credit based on your management, Mr. Meat Boy,
Biggest management.
Yeah, basically, it's big. It's upcoming. Let's not.
It's a big management because investing in a talent, such huge sums of money.
But you're in a measurement. Watch it, you're in a measurement. You know, as a kubichuruto chawo shigyo kurugo kaikari Antonde, nyore dena ishire Kampala. So you want to live and go kazagi Antonde na achievement of life yawe. You have a right to say based on engineer man. You movie PY ishire Kampala. I have to say it's an upcoming rebel. It's doing a good job. It's following what every management should do. Watch the
video now.
So they reviewed it. Bakajifuna they reviewed it, but I'm take over meeting and a standard ya base which is what all management should do. By producing a work, or take meeting na briefs zawe na what you believe in. Watch the you drop the project. You maybe you may rethink and get another project out. Whatever. It's like going to, that's why there's another guy, Mr. Priva. Akatekeche songo in some studio town ya Ambara. Ya churamo, ya jata, this is not what I want. Ya yangu na kushura wao, he went to another studio. So if you're in management, you don't just get a song, mamweche songo na chiom studio shai kume shamunana. Munana chweka ba yachi postingire, mwenda ba yachi retire mu VP. Sham shai kumi nibiche ya countdown ya RDM ngunka number 1 oyebuza what kind of music is this. So I appreciate what best you did. You need to be patient with music. Sometimes in music you have to accept some losses.
But ukamanya quality that meets your brand.
Okakorachi okagenera. So big up to Meat Boy and best management. Keep pushing on Harogo. We went to Mizi. Bakamba said, but they never knew any other artists were like Jojo Bana because they had a big song called Teresa. Mizi Bakamba Chizina. I was with him in Ibuhweju. They were dancing to Jojo Bana music. I went with him to Ibanda. They were dancing to Jojo Bana music. So
he is underrated.
Yeah. So Ninya Queen Jojo Bana, she's doing well. She's a good talent. So if she's not overshadowed by group preference, she can based on management never because like I told you, it's all about consistency.
Selecta, kuluta Neinga kale. Nina mani, no za kuchiriza ngo nina mani. Nina mani, no za kukakasa ngo nina mani.